Yes, let's go back to the Iraqi information minister. Quite a scene in downtown Baghdad at this hour. U.S. forces in control of the presidential palace. The Iraqis still in control of the Ministry of Information, the Foreign Ministry. Let's go listen in to what the Minister of Information is saying.
We have slaughtered about 3/4 of them so far, and there is some remnants of them left. And what is happening now and chasing them in the area of Al-Sahaf. In Yusufiyya. The Yusufiyya district. The picture, as they have stated, and since they are sick in their minds, they are really sick, they said that they have entered Baghdad with 65 tanks into the center of the city. And I'm telling you, this is not true.
I tell you, I inform you that this speech is far from the reality.
This is part of their sick head.
Part of their sickness of their friends.
There is no presence of the American columns in the city of Baghdad at all. They tried to come from the area of El-Dora and to pass about 2 columns of some tanks. They were surrounded.
They were surrounded there.
And they were dealt with.
Most of them were treated by our forces.
And their columns were slaughtered. And this is this is to be meant verbatim. This is to be meant verbatim. We have fed them a sour taste yesterday, poison, and by the brave forces of Saddam Hussein. And in this meeting, I will not mention the total number of deaths and the total number of the tanks destroyed. The operations are still ongoing, and I can tell you, and you can record it on me that I have said that. They are beginning to commit suicide at the walls of Baghdad, and I will encourage them to increase the rate of committing suicide. We fed them yesterday hell and death. And onward, I'll keep on giving you information as soon as possible. Those mercenaries, I swear by God. I swear by God.
I swear by God another time.
The ones that are staying in Washington and London, they have thrown their soldiers into the fire.
They threw them in this fire.
And as per the statement of Mr. Saddam Hussein, that God will burn their bellies in hell on the hands of the Iraqis. This is an Arabic statement because the killing that they have seen yesterday will give a lesson to those mercenaries and those war criminals that are residing in London and Washington, that their columns are being killed in the hundreds on the walls of Baghdad. The battle was fierce,
The battle was so violent.
and God has victored his soldiers. God has victored, and the Iraqis came out victorious,
As I mentioned, the battle
and the battle is still ongoing in the main fronts. You were bothered by the bombarded, by the bombs, but you are our guests and our friends. But we were dealing with those columns, and
mercenaries.
So I reassure you, settle down. Baghdad is safe, solid, and
Secured and trained.
the Iraqis, the Baghdadians that live in Iraq are heroes. They told you they took Hotel Al-Rashid, and they said that they took the Ministry of Information compound, and I heard one of the reporters confirm that, but regrettably, that's not true. I'm here sitting at the Ministry of Information, and I went to the Rashid Hotel. I commend the soldiers, and I commend the Ba'athist people, and I commend the people coming down from their houses, the civilian coming down from their houses with their machine guns. So please, I beg you,
I request you.
the American depend on this, which I named yesterday as a miserable sty. You just verify what you're hearing. Do not repeat what they're saying. Just verify first before you stay, so that you don't become like them.
Unfortunately, otherwise,
And I blame Al Jazeera channel because it repeats its marketing to the Americans before it verifies the news, the authenticity of the news.
please don't play such role.
Find the truth first.
Search for the truth.
I tell you, and everything I say, I ask you to verify what I'm saying. I told you yesterday that there was been an attack and retreats during at the Saddam airport, and what did the Americans say?
The disappointed Americans.
They brought their soldiers. They said that their soldiers have occupied the airport,
Their attack started.
and they photographed them into the reception hall in the airport, just to say that this place was used by the President Saddam Hussein.
This was used by the president.
This shows you
That show to you.
how simple-minded they are trying to. They changed the subject that this great man Saddam Hussein was using this airport or not, if he has been using that bed in the airport or not.
This bed or no?
They only deserve to be despised.
حرب دائرة يعتدون على بلد وعلى شعب
The continuous war, they make aggression against
وتورطوا مع
They-
شعب شجاع ومقاتل ونظام سياسي وطني
They
فولاذي
have invaded a country. They are dealing with a legitimate regime.
ويخدعوني يصورون احنا ننخدع راحوا على قاعة الشرف الكبرى
They went to their honorary.
الانتباه من علوجهم المذبوحة على الأرض
on their slaughters.
يطلعون
So that they went to the honorary rooms in the airport so that they can cover up for the bodies of the soldiers killed in the.
الفضائيين ذولا
So how do you see how cheap they are?
So this can shows you how cheap they are.
جنودهم
Instead of they take care of the misery of their soldiers,
قاعة على أساس
they show on TV a reception hall.
قاعة
Is the dignity of people is it represented by reception halls?
هذول اللي تلقى الناس ساكتة وتجاملهم والله لا يستحقون إلا
Well, those are the ones that people are respecting.
نستمر نذبح
They don't deserve any respect. And yesterday we have slaughtered them. And then I tell you, I repeat, please,
احنا شوية ضايقنا راحتكم
we have discomforted you yesterday a little bit because we have
يعني اللي يجي
been
عن طريق الدورة
firing at the artillery at the small column, so we bothered you a little. So I'm ready to take your questions.
ولماذا هذه الدعوة في هذا الوقت؟ هذا السؤال من راديو مونتي كارلو.
This is Monte Carlo. What I say is that the true diplomacy, true policy, is the right arm for the Iraqi people. This policy and diplomacy will فعلا to do is to
دعارة لن تستحق إلا أن تكون مكان للدعارة إذا بقيت تحت أقدام الأمريكان.
Kofi Annan needs to condemn the aggression because otherwise the United Nations will become to be a place of prostitution.
Going on
هناك معركة تجري على بضعة كيلومترات من هنا، ولقد قال بعض الصحفيين أن العديد من الأمريكيين منتشرون بدباباتهم في ساحة المعركة.
You have been listening to Iraq's information minister as he tries to make the case, which is immediately disproved by the pictures you see on the right side of your screen, that U.S. forces, coalition forces, are indeed not taking over Baghdad. On the right-hand side of your screen, you are looking at pictures that are coming to you live exclusively on Fox News from our embedded correspondent, Greg Kelly, who is there on the scene with microphone in hand. Greg, can you hear me?
I can, Brian. Guess where we are? The National Parade Grounds of Iraq. This is where Saddam Hussein comes to see those elaborate military parades. Situation very much under control. We only see American military vehicles here this time. You know, the Iraqi information minister doesn't seem to think that you guys are winning and that you guys are really here. What do you have to say about that?
Oh, he's just across the street from us. We'll go over and talk to him.
Are you planning on paying him a visit?
Yeah, sure. Literally, we're parked right outside of the Ministry of Information's headquarters. We've got the Rashid Hotel surrounded out there. They can look out their window. They can see us. We're sitting right outside of the Tomb of the Unknown Soldiers. Here is the grand what do we call this place? The reviewing stands. We're in front of the zoo. We've got I don't know. Look out the windows. You can tell we're in downtown Baghdad.
And we also have some souvenirs here right now. I don't know if we're allowed to take them or not, but the Saddam Hussein statue that hangs kind of overlooking this area was destroyed just a couple of minutes ago by, I think, one of your tanks?
No, by one of Rick's tanks. One of mine.
Rick, what was that? Whoa. That was one of us. That's us. All right, that's us. So that's stuff a lot. There's still